Truth must be told. I cannot stop loving Peter Obi, and I will always recommend Peter Obi for Nigeria. Yes, I will always recommend Peter Obi. Now, even though he lost out due to Wudu and what is happening, due to the electoral system in Nigeria is full of fraud. It flawed itself from INEC to from INEC, which is the top, okay, from Supreme Court, wherever, it's flawed. Peter Obi lost out in an election he is expected to have won or to win, but he is still offering the advice from the side. Now, in the current budget, do you see the amount that was recommended for the new house of the Vice President, Shetima? 15 billion was earmarked for Shetima's residents. Can you imagine? In a struggling economy, it's not that the Vice President does not have residence, but because there must be reason for them to move money away. There must be a reason for some people to squander money. Can you imagine 15 billion? That is aside other expenses for the sake of the villa, the presidential, including the hospital. And you could imagine there was a time, or it has always been, that the presidential villa hospital, the budget for it is bigger than the budget for the whole of other hospitals in Nigeria together. And you imagine why the presidents will still go out for medical checkup. What a country. So, look at how much that was budgeted. We're not talking about the cruise ship, the yacht. Now, 15 billion naira earmarked for Shetima's residence. I don't know whether it's a new residence or just to refurbish or renovate. Like I said, Peter Obi will always offer his advice from the side. He's telling them that this 15 billion can be used to fuel police vehicles. The Nigerian police is under-equipped to fight crime. Presently, the kind of crimes in Nigeria requires enough support for the police. How much does it cost for them to operate their vehicles a day? 5,000 naira with the cost of fuel now. Peter Obi is saying it can be taken up to 15,000 naira a day. And more vehicles could be procured to fight crime. These ones do not care, because that is not why they are here. They want to refurbish the vice presidential house or whatsoever, whether it's palace, I don't know, 15 billion. This is aside other expenses. Now you will know a government that wants to work, a government that has the people in mind. Think of it, for example, in a village, the Oba or the king or the traditional ruler, maybe that is in charge of also the finance of the place, is concerned about just decorating his palace. Think of it. And not the well-being of his people. Not that there was no palace or there is no palace, but because they want to update it, or they want to siphon money in the name of updating such palaces. Peter Obi keep offering his advices from the side. He lost election. Some will be gloating, some will not be happy. He's not happy, as I know. He wanted to work for Nigeria. He wanted to turn these things around. Now, if it were Peter Obi, look at the current budget. Do you think Peter Obi will present such a budget? If you say none of these people, okay, nobody can save Nigeria, none of them had what to offer. But for the sake of that somebody will cut down on our expenses and will be able to save and use the money for another thing. Won't you approve of Peter Obi to be president? I will continue to present Peter Obi as my candidate, though I don't believe in Nigeria's election again, and I will not vote, but I will continue to tell Nigerians the truth. You don't want an Igbo man. This is where it's leading you to. Look at how this current government is spending recklessly. You don't want an Igbo man. Igbo man cannot rule because of what they did in the past, because of this. And millions of people are suffering because it requires somebody who has the technical know-how to fix this country. And such people are around. I don't say Peter Obi knows all, but then the best among the rest should have been placed there. Look at what is happening. There are people, due to how their life is, the way they have conditioned their life, they don't know anything about being careful on spending. That is why somebody is using the Nigerian Navy to infuse some amount so that they'll buy yash. We are not talking of worship but yash. Look at the number of people who went for this summit in UAE, the summit on climate change. 1,400 and look at this. Think of how much that we budgeted for each person. And this is a country that wants to survive. And this is a country that the citizens are ravaged by poverty. A lot of people are struggling, suffering. Certain monies that were approved for in this budget would have been channeled to other things: education, farming, agricultural purposes, to the real things. That is why Peter Obi is telling them that there is need for them to realign the priorities in the budget and shorten down most of these unnecessary reckless spendings would be cut down. Some do not understand leadership, but they want to lead. For them, it is their turn. It is not their turn to fix the country. Their turn just to be, so that it will be in history, in records, that they had a stint with the presidency. I'm not telling you Nigerians to repent, but I will always say what should have been. We understand that these people get in here not because a lot of people voted them, but because they maneuvered their way. So the essence of this video is to remind us that this and this and this and this, we are all struggling because of, for the sake of that some few people will, satisfy themselves. He has run Lagos. He has run Lagos. He knows what it takes for him to run Lagos. Let me tell you, somebody else would have run Lagos better. It's because you have not tested other hands. Our problem here is mediocrity. Because you refuse to test other hand. How can one party since in 1999 be ruling Lagos, controlled by one man? And some people are saying he transformed the place. It's because you have not seen order. You have not tested others. You thought that is development. I'm telling you, Lagos, yes, though the best in Nigeria, is still underdeveloped. I will leave the video here for now. Please share widely. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. Support our work. I am Azoka OJ. Bye-bye for now.